Greetings, fellow time travelers. Welcome back to Ancient Mystery, where we uncover the hidden mysteries of lost civilizations and dive deep into the secrets that shaped our world. I'm your archaeological guide, ready to take you on another mind-bending journey through the corridors of time. Today's discovery will absolutely blow your mind. We're about to investigate one of the most perplexing archaeological mysteries ever documented, an artifact so mysterious that it appears in cultures separated by thousands of miles and thousands of years, yet they never had contact with each other. Before we unveil these incredible secrets, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Trust me, you don't want to miss what we're about to reveal. Picture this. You're standing in the ruins of ancient Mesopotamia, examining stone reliefs carved over 4,000 years ago. Suddenly, something catches your eye. A small object shaped like a modern handbag, held by winged divine beings. Interesting, but not shocking, right? But here's where it gets absolutely mind-blowing. Travel with me now, 8,000 miles across the Atlantic Ocean to the jungles of Central America. We're looking at Mayan temples built thousands of years later. And there it is again, the exact same handbag shape, carved into stone, held by mystical gods and priests. Wait, there's more. Journey with me to Göbekli Tepe in modern-day Turkey, a sacred site built 10,000 years before Christ, thousands of years before the pyramids, when humans were supposedly just hunter-gatherers, and carved repeatedly along the edges of massive limestone pillars weighing tons, you guessed it, the same mysterious handbag symbol. How is this possible? What does it mean? Today, ancient seekers, we're diving deep into one of archaeology's greatest unsolved mysteries. Let's start our investigation in ancient Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization. In the stone reliefs of the Sumerians and Assyrians, we find this peculiar object appearing again and again. It's small, barely larger than a human hand, with a rounded handle, and it's always held by supernatural winged beings or divine figures. What makes this even more fascinating is the context. These divine beings, often called genies or protective spirits, are frequently depicted performing sacred rituals. In one hand, they hold a cone-shaped object, and in the other, our mysterious handbag. They're shown sprinkling substances on trees, people, and altars. Here's what archaeologists believe. These substances could have been a mixture of pollen, sacred oils, or magical herbs used for spiritual purification, fertility blessings, and divine protection. In this context, the handbag might have been a ritual container, similar to a sacred bucket. But wait, there's a theory that will make you rethink everything. Some researchers suggest this wasn't a bag at all. The Sumerians and Assyrians loved to immortalize their sacred writings on stone tablets. Could this mysterious object actually be a particularly sacred stone tablet with handles? The slightly rounded shape challenges this theory, but it's still debated in archaeological circles. Now, here's where our mystery takes a truly incredible turn. The repeated presence of this handbag in palaces, temples, and sacred scenes suggests it was far more than just a simple tool. It was a sign of sacred authority, and possibly a magical symbol of divine power. Some archaeologists see in this ancient handbag a receptacle of divine knowledge, carried only by beings described in ancient myths as the founders of civilization. In Sumerian writings, these beings are the Anunnaki, the divine founders of human civilization, celestial emissaries who brought writing, law, and agriculture to humanity. Could these Anunnaki have been the actual creators of human civilization? This is where science meets ancient mythology, and the answers might surprise you. The Americas, 8,000 miles away, same symbol. Now, fellow explorers, prepare to have your minds blown. Let's travel 8,000 miles west to the heart of Central American jungles, where the Olmec and Maya civilizations flourished. The Olmecs were the mother culture of Mesoamerica, ruling from approximately 1500 to 400 years before Christ. They shaped the religious beliefs of many advanced civilizations on the South American continent. And in their mystical imagery, there it is again, the same handbag symbol, carried only by highly mystical beings and gods. The Maya, who lived between 250 and 900 years after Christ, show the same pattern. Their gods and priests carry this container resembling a handbag as a sign of power and spiritual authority. Here's the million-dollar question. How did two cultures, separated by 8,000 miles of ocean, thousands of years apart, with absolutely no proven contact between Middle Eastern and New World cultures, end up with virtually identical symbols? Some researchers studying South American cultures believe the bag was a sacred container for offerings, or perhaps a repository of knowledge, maybe even a symbol of divine presence or a connection to the underworld, but nobody knows for certain. The Polynesian connection. But our mystery doesn't end there. Travel with me now to the islands of Polynesia. Here we find this symbol again in a slightly modified form. Certain Polynesian peoples possess strikingly similar symbols. Small handbags decorated with feathers, considered sacred symbols of connection with the divine. These pouches are ritual bags and magical artifacts used in sacred ceremonies and spiritual practices. The pattern is becoming undeniable. Across vast oceans and continents separated by thousands of years, the same symbol appears again and again. Göbekli Tepe, the game changer. Now, ancient mystery hunters, hold on to your seats, because what I'm about to tell you will challenge everything you thought you knew about human history. Göbekli Tepe, this sacred site in Turkey, was built around 10,000 years before Christ. Let me repeat that. 10,000 years before Christ. That's 6,000 years before the Sumerians, thousands of years before the pyramids, and thousands of years before Stonehenge. At this time, humans were officially still hunter-gatherers. We weren't supposed to have the organizational capacity or architectural knowledge to build anything like this. Yet here stands an immense ritual complex made from T-shaped limestone pillars, each weighing tons, decorated artistically with reliefs of animals and abstract symbols, and carved repeatedly along the upper edges of these ancient pillars, our mysterious handbag symbol. The same one we found in Mesopotamia, the same one from the Americas, appearing here thousands of years earlier. This discovery forces us to ask some profound questions. What cultural connection actually exists between Göbekli Tepe and later advanced civilizations like the Sumerians? Could there be even older sites and cultures on Earth that haven't been discovered yet? Are we missing crucial chapters of human history? The Anunnaki theory. Ancient astronauts or forgotten civilization? Here's where our investigation takes a truly fascinating turn. In Sumerian mythology, the Anunnaki are gods who came from the sky and founded human culture. Many of these beings are depicted with our typical handbag symbol. Could the Anunnaki have also been the spiritual and religious founders of the Göbekli Tepe complex? Could they have been active under different names on the South American continent and in other places on Earth? Think about this. The entire concept of gods in early advanced civilizations might trace back to the Anunnaki. Mystical celestial beings also appear in India's Vedas, in certain Polynesian and Oceanic cultures, and among the Aztecs. Is it just coincidence that rituals, star observation, and worship of divine celestial beings are so similar across so many cultures? The consistent alignment of columns, monuments, and temples with specific celestial events indicates a possible common spiritual heritage. The repetition of architectural forms like pyramids and our handbag symbol provides more tantalizing clues. Modern mysticism. The magic we carry today. Now here's a theory from alternative researcher Graham Hancock that will make you look at your own handbag differently. What if we're all modern mystics and our handbags are actually magical artifacts? Think about it. What's in an average 21st century handbag? Identity cards, money, lipstick, keys, tissues, smartphones. With these everyday objects, we carry elements of order in an otherwise chaotic world. The handbag is where everything we need, everything we might need, or everything we must never forget is stored safely. Why is it unthinkable for some people to leave home without their handbag? Because it's more than useful. It's a protective shield, a container of identity, a toolkit for self-presentation, and sometimes even a weapon. We store papers that legitimize our existence in the modern world. We carry technologies that give us access to information channels. We conceal personal care items and perfume substances in its pockets. The cult of personal beauty has replaced worship of gods, and small emergency rituals, homeopathic granules, bandages, pepper spray, now ensure our safety in this world, just as magical spells once did to appease the gods. The stunning conclusion. So what does all this mean? The ancient bags carved in stone or immortalized in reliefs might have symbolized exactly what our modern bags represent. Carriers of artifacts meant to restore divine order, to bring protection, to maintain cosmic balance. After all, invoking deities and priestly duties had no purpose other than establishing higher order and bringing happiness and prosperity to the people. Ancient people used objects like ritual salt, ointments, amulets, or incense in sacred channels to ensure their protection or strengthen their own being in the world. If these simple hypotheses are correct, then over millennia only the details and beliefs have changed, while the essence of the bag and its contents has remained the same. Except today our sacred objects are called USB cables, perfume samples, and headache tablets. The objects we store in our bags might really resemble a sacred cosmos, and our backpacks, handbags, or pockets are like portable temples or daily secret sanctuaries. What they contain is sacred and precious in our eyes. And through our use of perfumed substances, telecommunication devices, and credit cards, we are all, in our own way, modern everyday mystics. Final thoughts. Fellow time travelers, what do you think about this incredible mystery? Is it possible that the same divine beings or forgotten advanced civilization spread this symbol across the globe? Or is this simply an example of universal human symbolism? The bag as a container of power and knowledge. Share your theories in the comments below. And remember, every time you pick up your bag before leaving home, you're participating in a ritual that might be 10,000 years old. If this archaeological mystery fascinated you, smash that like button, subscribe to Ancient Mystery, and join us on our next journey through time. We have more incredible discoveries waiting to be unveiled. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and never stop seeking the truth.